Oh, my goodness. Well, yeah, yours, sir. Did you get, yeah.
Well, have a moment of silence in honor of all of those who have served us in the past and all of those who are serving us currently in whatever branch of service they're filling that role. Let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we once again come before you to give you thanks for all the blessings that we've been so freely given. We thank you for the freedoms and liberties that we enjoy in living in the greatest country in this earth. We thank you for blessing us with those freedoms. Thank you for blessing us with the men and women who have fought for and defended those freedoms, those who have made sacrifices both at home and abroad. We thank you for the wisdom of leaders who have set aside their own personal desires and wants and sometimes even needs to take roles of responsibility and leadership and times of hardship to participate, to take part, leading, guiding, pointing the way. Father, tonight we ask for wisdom on the part of all of us who are gathered in this room who will make decisions that will impact the lives of residents and citizens of this county. We pray for wisdom on their part. We pray for concern on their part, for all of their friends and families and neighbors and the people they represent. Father, help all of us who are either elected to or appointed to positions of responsibility and leadership to take those positions seriously, to recognize the awesome responsibilities that all of us have to do the best that we can in our jobs. Help us to realize that we need to put aside any personal agendas and work for the good of most people in this community. Father, we continue to pray for those among our friends and neighbors who are struggling, whether it be health issues, financial concerns, or whatever else other kind of struggle may have come their way. We pray, Father, that you would lift those burdens, that you would help us to reach down and lift up those who are struggling and hurting. Help us to realize that sometimes there are people who are problems of their own making, but there are other times the people with problems that are no fault of. But help us to be people who lift up instead of drop down. Help us to be people who are examples of compassion and concern for those around about us. And help us to do the best job that we can with the resources you give us. Continue to watch over us, we pray. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Let your allegiance.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, right.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Vaughn.
Here.
Bodine.
Here.
Boyd. Butler. Here. Apple.
Present.
Holden.
Present.
Green.
Here.
Hawker.
Present.
Henderson.
Present.
Poe.
Present.
Jackson.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Lamar. Kim McFadden.
Here.
Dick McFadden.
Yes.
McMahon.
Here.
Morgan.
Here.
O'Kane.
Present.
Shepherd. Stark. Here. Steinbach.
Present.
Walls. Watson.
Here.
Dan Wright.
Here.
Gary Wright.
Yeah.
Steve Miller.
Present.
24 present, 2 absent, 1 vacancy, Mr. Chairman.
Shepherd will be excused. Okay, next is item 5 on the agenda, we have the appointment of notification from the chair of the Republican Party that Terry Crowley has been nominated by the committee. I'd like to ask for a motion to do the appointment of Colin. Mr. Parker makes the motion. Is there a second? Mr. Eccles, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, say yes.
Yeah.
Others no, the yeses have it, and we have all appointed. Or we'll ask you to over, Harry, and Judge Foxy, we swear you in. Come forward. Thank you. I'll say, well, Harry's coming forth that,
Yeah, it's sweet.
I've known him and his family for many, many years, and Terry's been a very distinguished member of the Rossville community, and I think people serve his constituents and this board entire county very well.
Raise your right hand. Again. I, Terry Carolyn,
Very relevant.
having been appointed to the office of county board member
Having been appointed to the office of county board member,
for District Number 1
district number 1,
on August 12th of 2025,
12,
Vermilion County,
Vermilion County,
in the state of Illinois,
state of Illinois.
do solemnly swear or affirm
I swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois.
and that I will faithfully discharge
If I discharge
the duties of county board member
duties of county board member,
for District Number 1 to the best of my ability.
district number 1, to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
You don't know, you appreciate you. That makes it seem like it's telling earlier. It's where it is.
Mr. Chairman, do we still address him as mayor?
That's what all the latest.
Mayor, yeah, he was mayor, not chairman.
Yeah. Okay.
Mayor when you were born.
I
think. You like to.
The agenda.
Gary.
Welcome, Mr. Prince. Thank you.
Approve.
Yes, thank you. Those, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no, the ayes have it.
Easy.
Item A, approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. I'm incorrect. Is there a motion? Okay. So, Laura, thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries, minutes are approved. Next, we have a report on claims before you. July. Have a motion to approve the report on claims. Well, thank you, second by Mr. Watson. Any questions on the report on claims? Okay, we'll have a roll call, please.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Boyd. Yeah. Butler,
Yes.
Ethel.
Yes.
Golden.
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Lamar.
Yeah.
Tim McFadden,
Yes.
Dick McFadden,
Yeah.
McMahon,
Yeah.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Philliman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Steve Miller,
Yes.
25 yes, 2 absent, Mr. Chairman.
Motion carried. Next, item 10, rapid override application list. A motion to approve this.
Move approval.
Anderson, thank you. Second. So, thank you. Any questions? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Is approved. Item 11 is receive the resignation of Chrissy Walls as member for District 5. I'd like to have a motion to declare a vacancy in this regard. Watson, thank you. Second. So, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Those no. Ayes have it. The vacancy is declared to be. Vacancy is declared. Okay, we're ready for item 12, audience comments, 3 minutes. Anyone who would like to address the board, meeting, over 30 minutes all day.
If I jumped in front of the line. I went to the executive legislative committee meeting last week, and I was truly disturbed by 2 statements that Mr. Miller kept saying. One of them saying that you all shouldn't have voted in your funeral project because there was no evidence. And I laid out in front of me part of the transcript from that hearing, and I have highlighted in every spot in my testimony where I provided evidence, and it was entered into that hearing document as being Miller Exhibit 1 and Miller Exhibit 2. I also submitted that same information to the county board right before you all voted on the issues or on the project, whether or not they should get their siding permit. My first thing that they talked about was the wildlife report from Mr. Ward, professor at U of I, regarding the wildlife authority. And the other had to do with all of Algonquin's financial disaster because they were $7.5 billion in debt, and their own press releases were exposing that they say that they want to sell the green energy portion. I also provided NASDAQ, their stock market trend there. So on both of those evidences, Mr. Kite agreed for them to be entered into the hearing document, and so did Ms. Kennedy, the lawyer for Mural, which is also Algonquin. The other thing Mr. Miller keeps wanting to do is change our ordinance language when it comes to the rights we'll have. What we have now is a statement that's very clear and concise, saying you all have the final say so. When the draft, what I heard him say in the draft I looked at, makes it all full of a bunch of legal jargon, and I'm afraid you all are going to lose what little bit of rights you have to control any of this, which we know is only this much. But you take it down even smaller, and I think you get any of your right. The other interesting thing is there was a hearing here yesterday. I was not able to come, but I keep hearing Hookston loves all this. They want all these wind projects. My understanding, this room was standing room only with people that do not want that project. It's really interesting that all of a sudden we haven't changed the writing in our ordinances, and it's the same exact time as the big project going to. I'm still trying to confirm if it's wind, solar, and battery storage or not. That battery storage is a whole new realm of problem. So please don't get rid of any of your rights that you currently have. Thank you.
Hi, my name is David Philip. I've spoken to this board about some other issues, but now unfortunately I've been also drawn into this attack on our rights. I was living in the agricultural community in Vermilion County. My name is Diana Schultz. I live at 1679 North Parkway Road. It is right next to or a little bit north of the project that's proposed, and I understand under the jurisdiction of Stevens and Danville. I'm not here to speak one way or the other. I'm just here to ask for a little help from the county. So I looked at the website today, and there is wind and solar farm information. All the information in there though is just scanned. I can't search it. I have to read every single piece of information. So I'm asking the board to try to help with these documents, to try to educate the county. Or at least provide us materials so that we can look at it easier. Because what I'm seeing is that, I'm becoming more aware of, unfortunately, now that I've gone into this, it's an onslaught on our way of life. I myself have lived on the property the last year and a half. I grew up there. I'm third generation. My family's owned that property for 100 years. And so now I'm looking at the solar across the world. And that's just really against, the way of life that I moved back to Canada from Phoenix, Arizona for, right? I don't want it to look like that. So again, I'm looking for educational material help. Also any other educational materials that you have about it. There's a law I've been trying to quickly study, in the last week and a half, the laws that and if there's information that the board has, maybe they could just post that on there, that information. It would be very helpful. Also, I would like to ask, the board to help make sure the county does their job. So on this project that's proposed near me, the solar company said they notified all residents. They showed a map of all properties that were supposed to be notified, but they didn't notify me. You know why? Because I'm sure they looked at the website. And the website over a year ago is out of date. Because I put in information to update my address, Arizona, to Illinois, so I made sure I got my tax bill, but it's not updated on the website. So I really would encourage you to please make sure that the county folks that are supposed to update that do it, because these solar companies are saying they notify the residents, but they notify the addresses on the website, and I'm giving you my piece of data of why they didn't do that. Just unbelievable. So other than that, I wanted to play a video for you of what this actually sounds like. If you live next to this, when they're what you're gonna hear for 8 months. This project, next to your home. This is gonna drive my neighbors' horses bad. Like literally, they might be jumping the fences. So, we really need some help with this. And otherwise, I just want to show you quickly, so we'll have the residents so much, but this is the beautiful way it looks today. Okay, I think everybody can agree, the deer go through here, the turkey goes through here, and this is what these solar farms look like. I don't care what they say, but they put up trash bins, they put up porta potties, they make all this noise. There's trash laying around, it blows all. If they were supposed to be in my ruin, my horse, and my neighbors, they literally could ingest some of this. We really need some help from the county on these. Thank you very much.
You.
Good evening, my name is Paul Garland. I live at East Walnut Street in Kegler. I used to be known as Crazy Guy, that put up the Clark W. Griswold Science Christmas display once a year. In June of last year, I was starting to be known as the crazy guy that is cast by 2 vicious dogs. You may or may not have seen the video. It's been circulating on Facebook. It's been viewed over 11,000 times. Very graphic video. One of the dogs has already been euthanized. The Vermilion County Animal Control caught the dog running free. Didn't have to go through the court case that was filed. But now there was enough evidence between the video that I presented, the pictures that I presented, the emails, all the documentation I presented. The dog was vicious. The second dog is still running free, and I saw it last week running in the neighborhood. And today I found out that Vermilion County has canceled the court case that was against the owner for putting the dog. I'm here to point fingers, just want to ask the question of why, since a precedent was set in euthanizing one of the dogs that was involved in this, why was the court case dismissed against the second dog? And I'm obviously upset owner, but was killed. But more than that, This is a vicious dog that it was on video going to every single house in my neighborhood, looking at every single yard, sniffing around, and it was hunting. Both dogs were. They went to the neighbor's house and they were circling the neighbor's fence, trying to see how to get into their backyard. And I saved all the DVR, I pulled the DVR out of my hard drive. I still have the entire footage. Hours. And it's just like, just simply ask them, why was this canceled? Why were the court case against Cody Pratt canceled? That's all I have.
Good evening, my name is Vanessa, and I'm a longtime resident here at Danville. On July 22nd, I was walking my Shih Tzu up North Vermilion Street. And as we got to 1218 North Vermilion, 3 dogs that were supposedly in a fence barked and as they ran along the fence. One was a pit bull, another one was were kind of a mix. Anyway, I thought we were safe, and as I got to the end of the fence, the pit bull came under the fence and grabbed my dog and started, chewing her up. And I screamed, I sprayed the dog with pepper spray, and the pepper spray was like water. It just didn't work. So the dog killed my dog, and he still had a dog in his mouth when the owner came out and the neighbors came out to corral the boy or girl. But the owner had stated that he knew the fence was false. And he was gonna call the gentleman to secure the fence. However, my dog was dead by then, and I was very, very shaken up. The police were called, etc. And animal control was called, and they came in, and my dog was wrapped in towels, and I was just very, very very shaken up. My husband was there, and they allowed us to take the dog for disposal. But before they did, we asked if we could pray over, etc. And so the animal control person showed up at my house the next day with a plate with Piper's footprints on it. And we found out that the gentleman did receive a citation. However, the dog was not past the dog. And my concern is for the city of Danville, there is a private grade school just across the street. And Shalarman grade school, 1 house away from kids. And for anybody walking past that house, my concern is that who's next? The child is an adult, so I beg you, plead you to take action, for the security of Danville. Thank you.
No solar or wind turbine installations will remain for itself. At the federal level, the Interior Department released new secretary orders saying it will no longer issue any permits for wind or solar projects. In effect, spotlight permits for solar and wind on federal lands. At the state level, all additional funding systems will be dissolved by the end of 26, and all wind or solar projects will be defunded at that time, making a lot of wind and solar projects disappear. At the wind and solar projects exist because they're corporate and public financing. Those of you who have been enthusiastically voting for the financial support by your government will be out of luck as the year goes by. Or you'll see them continue to operate, but they will all fall into disrepair and no longer be a viable option as their systems die and become unstable and scrap. In many cases, leaving you to finish the cleanup. Just try out through the turbine west of Danville, and you will find the turbine blades being taken down. so they can replace the bearings that are cracking. Something all companies must now do because they cannot maintain frequencies being generated that destroys humans as well. The wind turbines came out most of the annual near margins with over 215 turbines to remove, which currently cost $1 million each to take down and dispose of which you're responsible for. That's 215 million unfunded dollars. Not to mention the cut of blades that will waste to surrounding fields, contaminating the land forever in the form of leftover polymers. The legal eagle has been showing up at our meetings, taking our money, and our state's attorney who's been paying him. All of these people will eventually go away as the money's run out. And speaking of money running out, the Federal Energy Department will send a $5 billion loan to the Green Belt Express to connect wind and solar project in Kansas to areas of Illinois and Indiana. For over 2 months, the turbines built in Vermilion County have not produced any electricity due to wind speeds being under 14 miles an hour. And the spray cloud that covered that tower now hides the planes laying the chemicals. President Trump recently said windmills are an economic and environmental disaster. I don't want even one built during my administration. The thousands of dead and broken ones will be put down ASAP. Most expensive energy only work with massive government subsidies, which we will no longer pay. For those of you who are covering yourself and supporting the legal and the laws and supports, your time has also come. And I'd like to thank our one person who votes against this crap. Thank you.
All right, any other audience comments? Belong to item 13. For the resolution for the election of the taxes, we have one. Probably I believe this month, and even though your agenda says May and June, it's July there. And if we could have a motion to approve the resolution. Thank you. Thanks. This is sorrow. Any questions on the resolution? Oh.
Bodine,
Yes.
Boyd,
Oh, we don't care to vote.
Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson. Tim McFadden,
Yes.
Dick McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yeah.
Morgan,
Yes.
McCain,
Yes.
Pepperman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Steve Miller,
Yes.
25 yes, 1 absent, 1 vacancy, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, motion carried, resolution adopted. The next item is 14B. Concerns the lease agreement between Vermilion County and the Danville Public Building Commission. The agenda that was sent out has certain information about that lease, and it's a 3-year lease. I added some additional information to this seating for the meeting, which puts a little more flesh on the bones, but it's essentially for the operations. This is a one-time 6% increase of that's major components of the public safety building, chillers in particular. We confused with the chillers that might chill, but they are in rather fragile condition, and it's a big item to improve after that, it's a 3% increase. And so we have negotiated this with the building commission, the city of Danville has negotiated, and everybody is on top of that. And times of the essence for the building commission's fiscal year, which is November 1st, December 1st. But we would like a motion to adopt the resolution. Give the authority to sign the lease when it is finally drafted. I was in that motion, so thank you very much.
Any discussion on this matter? Okay, roll call.
Boyd,
Yeah.
Butler,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Omar, Tim McFadden,
Yes.
Dick McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Coleman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright, Gary Wright,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Steve Miller,
Yes.
five yes, one absent for vacancies, Chairman.
Motion carries, resolution adopted. Next item is 13C, a resolution concerning the county health insurance. And we welcome Nancy Boots, our HR director, and two additional guests. I'm going to let her introduce the presentation.
Thank you. I did have a bunch of great help, pricing out quotes for our health insurance replacement. As you know, we're gonna have changes with our health alliance coverage, to our October 1st. So, we've been working since probably June on getting quotes. Epic Brokers, Pat Haley is a representative with Epic. She and her team have been working on this, collecting quotes. We got quotes from Aetna, United Healthcare, and Blue Cross Blue Shield. We happen to have the Blue Cross Blue Shield representative with us tonight, Deb Simmons. I think guys both for being here. Basically, when the quotes come in, the Blue Cross Blue Shield had the only reduction in cost. Hands down, that's who we started working with. They provided a plan that I think will replace, enhance, and be a really good replacement for our employees. It will result in a reduction in premiums for the employees as well as cost savings for the county. And we're going to still enjoy the same network that we enjoy now. And hopefully we're going to get out in front of the employees starting this week into next week to educate the new plan design that we've worked together to come up with. Let's see here. I just want to thank them very much for everything, and we've been producing materials. They have been producing materials for us. So and we're just thankful that we're not really down to the wire. I mean, it may seem close because we will have open enrollment in August, reductions to start in September, for coverage to start in October. But really, we haven't felt the rush. So we're very thankful to have them in our on tonight. So any questions?
We have a question first, please. Mr. Steinbach, thank you. Second, Mr. McMahon, Mr. Hawker, you had a comment?
Yes, thank you. Nancy, you mentioned that there will be a reduction for the employees. I hadn't heard anything on that end. Will that be negotiated in contracts coming up?
It's the premiums that will be reduced, so they'll be going from like $8 a pay to $45 a pay, just because with the plan design that we chose with Blue Cross Blue Shield with the tiered plan, it still uses the same network that we currently enjoy now. But we built in some enhancements, like a lower deductible. There's a couple of higher copays, like it's like $5 on prescriptions, $10 for your primary care, and $10 for your specialty care, an increase. But we haven't had any increases in plan design for the last 5 years, nor has there been an increase to the employees for the last 5 years. So we feel that the overall enhancements with a lower annual deductible in this new plan, both with tier 1 and tier 2 doctors with the Blue Cross Blue Shield Blue Choice option plan. We feel like that's an enhancement for the employees. It's I think it's going from $2,500 deductible to a $1,500 deductible on tier 1. And maximum out of pockets going from $5,000, I think the $3,750. I think it's $3,750 maximum out of pocket if you use tier 1 or tier 2 doctors. So there's probably gonna be some changes. Everybody uses the health insurance differently, and we are aware of that. We're gonna work on the education piece of that. Deductibles will be given credit for what's already been met this year. So the employees won't have to worry about that. That will go through the end of the year.
I understand all these things because those were clearly brought out and discussed in committee and previous meetings. And we're anticipating this right at a $700,000 reduction. But there was never any discussion on reducing the employee's contribution. And it appears that's what here all of a sudden tonight you're telling us. I mean, where did that come from? Who decided that? The savings I thought was going to go into savings, the general fund, which folks is in trouble. I'm telling you. So who unilaterally decided that we were going to change the contribution?
Same proposal that was presented at finance and executive committee meeting, there's not been any change since then.
I understand the policy, but I was not anywhere aware that the.
If you look at the percentage that the county contributes to the employees' premiums, we kept the percentage the same. So the county gets the same percentage of reduction as the employees. I mean, we could have kept the premium the same, but we're obviously going to show a reduction in premium. So we are sharing that, and we're going to get the same.
That should have been that should have been done during negotiations. I mean, we're saving the employees money, and that's great. But I'm sitting here as finance chairman saying that we need to save money for this county, or we are going to be in trouble. And it should. I know negotiations are coming up. That's why the premium should have been during negotiations. I think the plan is great. I think the broker's done a fine job on getting us an excellent plan for our individual. But I have a real problem where that reduce, and that's not their situation. That's your situation on as human resources director.
Boss that have a boss that approved it.
Understand, whoever. I mean, I'm not here saying anything about Blue Cross Blue Shield, but unilaterally just figuring out the premium should be totally during negotiations. Shouldn't be done now.
The negotiations with the unions or the negotiations with Blue Cross? You're talking about negotiations with?
No, I'm talking about negotiations with the unions on what the contribution is. The plan is great. The price is fantastic. But I was under the impression that the contribution of the employees were going to stay the same. And that in itself should make all of us and the employees happy that they're not getting raised. Every place else, it seems like they're getting raised. Blue Cross, Epic has presented an excellent policy here. But the cost sharing situation.
County was a very desirable post, and maybe we need to dot an I across the T at some point. Unions, but frankly, we need to get this going so the employees have insurance on October 1st.
I agree. And there again, the policy's great, presentation's great. But I didn't know this was going to include what the employees were going to pay tonight. I thought we were just voting on the policy.
Thank you, Mr. Henderson.
Ms. Booth, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the form, the presentation that you and the others had listed the employees' cost per month on that form. At least I recollect seeing that. And I believe, I mean, again, I may be misspeaking, but I believe that that was discussed at the meeting that the employees would pay less. Now, you know, I was at the same meeting Mr. Hawker was, so I'm not, but I do believe that the form that you passed out that showed that the 3 different levels and the tier 1 indicated what the employee's cost was going to be. And I do believe that there was conversation about that because I did ask, what about providers and how is that going to have an impact on that?
Yes.
So if I could just have one quick comment, from what I understand, the way the union contracts are written is that the county will pay a percentage of what the cost is. So if your cost is going down to the county, then that percentage of what the employee paid is less. I think it goes hand in hand with the fact that the savings, large portion that is going to the county, but because it's a percentage of what is paid, that's the employee's cost.
Mr. Chairman, I'm ready to move the question because I think we're doing committee work at the table, which is not proper. We were just as all bended at finance. It was approved by finance. I just want to say thank you for saving the county money. Thank you, Nancy, for doing what you do. Thank you, Steve, and everybody involved in this, the Blue Cross Blue Shield, a local company. Thank you for everything. I'll call the question.
Can I, at any time you can switch insurances from a human resources, switch insurances like that and they honor the deductibles, that is a plus. So this is a good offer.
Mr.
Standpoint, do we have a local representative that here in Vermilion County?
So yeah, so I think, and Pat, she was in Champaign, all from the office in Vermilion County, and Dan, you may not know me, I'm a Smith, and I live in St. Joe.
Okay, let's have a roll call.
Butler.
Yes.
Eckel.
Yes.
Golden.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Hawker.
Abstain.
Henderson.
Yes.
Poe.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes, indeed.
Johnson.
Yes.
Lamar.
Yes.
McFadden.
Yes.
McFadden.
Yes.
Pan.
Yeah.
Morgan.
Yes.
O'Kane.
Yes.
Min.
Yes.
Stark.
Yes.
Standoff.
Yes.
Watson.
Yes.
Enright.
No.
Gary Wright.
Yeah.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Bodine.
Yes.
Boyd.
Yes.
Steve Miller.
Yes.
23 yes, 1 no. 1 abstaining, 1 absent, and 1 vacancy, Mr. Chairman.
Motion carries, the resolution is adopted. I want there. Release. Thank you, truly, administrative for our colleagues.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, ready for item 13D. Consideration, discussion, vote, the landscape management plan of CDP US. IRL.
Meeting up what needs to be done.
Well, let's take a motion. They have a motion to start. Thank you. Second, Mr. Anderson, and you withdraw the mic up to you. As much as you can. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what the landscape around.
Okay, so we've got the first item, first two are similar, the CD Rich Farm. Is a project that was previously approved by the board. They have, one of the conditions of approval is before they get a building permit, they have a landscape management plan in place. That's the first item on your agenda. This is the project that's at the southeast intersection of Vermilion in Rich Farm Road and 1340 East Road. It's a community solar project. The key elements is that the landscape plan would have a double road for drains along the northwest and the south sides of that project. On the east side of our second road. Happy to field any questions. The plan should be in the board pack. It's if anybody has any questions about it, I'm happy to try and answer any questions.
Mr. Henderson.
I will ask you the question that I asked earlier. Is the responsibility of the regarding the landscape management for replacement of any shrubs that would become damaged or diseased?
It's on the developer that I have to maintain it for the life of the project. So if something gets damaged or diseased, they have to replace it. 30 times immediately when the replacement. Dies off, winter gets damaged in winter. Replace it perhaps right away, so maybe on them to do the replacement.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Any comments, Jackson?
What's the frequency of inspection for that and other maintenance?
They would have to provide an annual county requirements, county that inspect at any point they want.
Any other questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Eckel,
No.
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
No.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar. Tim McFadden,
Yes.
Dick McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Perlman, Stark,
Yes.
Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Boyd, Butler,
Yes.
Steve Miller,
Yes.
23 yes, 2 no, 1 absent, and 1 vacancy, Mr. Chairman.
Motion carries, the plan is
Employees that she, please.
item 13E, right?
So, same process, Pivot Energy, as a project that's, Vermilion solar. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, jumping in.
Thank you. Mr. Anderson makes the motion, second. So, thank you.
Okay, similar process. This one is for the management of the landscape within the site. So this is the project that is just east of Princeton on Route 9, on the south side of the community solar project. They are proposing to do a pollinator friendly site, if you're familiar with that. It's essentially native vegetation that they are looking to plant. One of the requirements that we require them to do is that it doesn't take, they have to mow the grass within 12 inches and keep it mowed within 12 inches. To answer your question, Mr. Henderson, it would be their responsibility to do that maintenance. Anything that dies off in a period of time, they're going to do that replacement. Happy to answer any questions that anybody might have. Again, this is a project that was previously approved. Yes, Mr. Hart.
Yes, this is in addition to the state statutes, right? This is county. I mean, this is something we were able to, here as the county board, impose to help out the whole situation of solar, of the, like the setbacks on the trees and the bushes and all. My question is this: we have solar projects, some right up in my district at the north, that is within a mile and a half of the city of Danville, where we do not have any siting authority, is what I understand. So those places, and you can go out and look at them, weeds are growing everywhere. Why does the county not have authority for those projects which are within the county, that they have to abide by this? We have, I mean, you just drive around and close to Danville within that mile and a half. And I just don't understand that. I'm sure that you can enlighten me, hopefully. But I think those projects should be abiding by this. They look terrible.
Yes, with the project makes an application to the county for approval. It's a public hearing, it comes to this county board approval or not. And then part of that though is we prepare conditions for the committee to sign. Those conditions are the additional teeth the county has to impose on a project, which would be things like landscaping, vegetation management, keeping free garbage, things like that, right? So those things are not written into the statute. They're conditions that we impose on the projects. Projects that are being signed by projects that we can impose conditions on. They're not our projects, we have the authority. Projects that come through this process, the county's process, and projects that we have the authority over impose conditions. So we can't, getting into a little bit of a delicate topic, but those conditions are provided, you gotta get it.
So the question that Paul raises is very much in public's mind, particularly now with the interest in our capital temple properties going forward. And frankly, I think we're getting
beyond the scope of this particular.
Well, I also want to point out that the county has done something, and the ones we're approving have additional requirements than the state, and I think that's a positive.
That's very possible.
Yeah, that
This, being able to negotiate those matters. Mr. McLean.
So on a point of clarification, so by voting no on these, this ordinance previous and this ordinance, by voting no, you're basically saying we don't care that there's weeds and we don't care that there's any vegetation. We don't care if there's any fencing. But by voting no, we're saying we don't care because the project's going to happen anyway. So isn't the clarification is we want to vote yes on the beautification of something they may or may not like?
I very much agree with you, Mr. McMahon. This is a positive thing, in my opinion, for the county or for the neighboring farms. Of land affected by the presence of the project. Any questions or comments? Roll
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Hawkins,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar, Tim McFadden,
Yes.
Big McFadden,
Yes.
Man,
Yeah.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Edelman,
Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Odine,
Yes.
Boyd, Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
No.
Steve Miller,
yes.
24 yes, 1 no, 1 absent, and 1 vacancy, Mr. Chairman.
Motion carries for line three. Ready for item 13F. This is the matter that I have requested because I think our current language in our ordinance is inexact in that it creates I think a situation which does not exactly couch in law. And Mr. Kite, who was the author of this language, and I have no disagreements maybe as to best way to remedy the situation, but it was, I think, the intent of the author of this, which was Mr. Kite, to demonstrate or make clear that the county board was not bound by the recommendation of the Wind and Solar Committee. So that if the Wind and Solar Committee had made a recommendation to approve, wanted to make it clear that the county board could vote. And vice versa. Thing we've heard many, many times, and we have demonstrated in connection with the project South Florida, that we must make our determination based on the evidence that the Wind and Solar Committee receives at its public hearing. And frankly, we are not bound by them. I'm looking to put some clarity in the situation. I'm not interested in removing any authority of this board that it now has. I would be very much against removing any of our authority to make such decision. But the way it's worded now leads down a path where it creates the impression that we have a complete and free hand, regardless of evidence that's introduced at the hearing. And I think that's a false notion that we ought to correct in a manner that is not really eclipse any of our authority to act full range of discretion that we have, as long as we can base that discretion on evidence introduced at the hearing. We are not approving the change of this language tonight. This will go through a hearing by the Wind and Solar Committee, which is the proper process for Mr. Kite. And I believe he is correct on the process. And everyone in the public will have a chance to
have two more cracks at this. Once when the Lincoln Solar Committee holds its public hearing on the matter, and then once again, we consider what the recommendation from the Lincoln Solar Committee might be. But I think we can do future boards and the public a favor by getting this language to be more exact. So that's the reason that I have suggested this change, and the reason I took it to the executive committee last week. I think we need to give this a very thorough examination, because I think it creates false impressions of what power we have. If we have a motion to adopt, please, Mr. Watson, thank you, second.
Well,
Mrs. Starr, thank you. Questions, comments, Mr. Victor?
What power do we have?
We have the power to make a decision rooted in the evidence that is introduced at the Lincoln Solar hearing, is my understanding, is that correct? Correct.
So
As long as there is evidence that we can rely upon.
so if the entire village of Westfield comes in here and says, we don't want this, we can say no, right?
That is not exactly the way I would.
Well, aren't we here to represent the people, not these solar companies?
Indeed.
So if the whole entire village of Westville comes in here, we represent them. If they say no, we can vote no, right?
Take a whack at that, and Mr. Pike will tell me if I get out of that. This is not a town hall that we're in. And the applicants do not have to win a political battle. What they're entitled to is their day, so to speak, in court with a matter of evidence. I think many of us are troubled by the manner in which the state of Illinois has now positioned us in this process.
They put us in a bad spot. They have.
Well, that's a whole other discussion, and we will go down that rabbit hole tonight. But we will have, we're looking at the jury. And it wouldn't matter how many people from the community came in and said that Joe should be convicted or Joe should be exonerated. It should be based upon what evidence would be introduced in the trial that Joe might be subject to. And so that's the problem with everybody in the community saying I don't want them. We have to rely upon unpopular opinion. Frankly, our job would be a lot easier if we could, because we all know what the outcome would be. But we do not have that liberty. How do I do this, right?
Excellent. Let's go.
Let's go
You know, I just have a comment. One question. I do not understand why the timing. I question the timing. And the motive.
I have no motive in changing the outcome of any pending or future project whatsoever.
Mr. Chairman, I just kind of caution you on entering in the debate as the chairman. Maybe you should.
We'll say you can.
Okay.
I just had a comment.
I would just say that, yeah, I'm against taking any authority from the board, but I just want to relate again. This is just sending it to the committee, and we'll see what it comes back. I may very well vote against what they come back, or I may vote for, but I think we need to move it on.
Oh.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
No.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar, Tim McFadden.
Yeah.
Big McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Perlman, Stark, yes, Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Van Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
No.
Boyd,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
No.
Golden,
Yes.
Steve Miller,
Yes.
22 yes and 3 no, 1 absent, and 1 vacancy, Mr. Chairman.
Motion carries, resolutions approved, the matter be referred to the Women's Zone. Thank you. You have a nice drive back. Okay, we're ready for item 14, Mr. Hawes.
Thank you. You have to adjust the financial report and the balances of the funds. Again, I'd like to highlight the general fund, 001 fund. Estimated balance right now is 13,300. See that expenses for the year. And the biggest problem is the year-to-date revenues, I think, just lower. Well, see the first. And on the taxes. I just want to, I've said this every month, for the last 4 months. I want to call on the board. The county auditor reviews. You'd be heading towards a deficit budget situation. So, I'm saying loud and clear, we have to watch what we're doing. We have to do our budgets. I want to compliment the department heads and the elected officials that have brought budgets to their committees so far. Almost unanimously, they have either came in at or below the budget last year. Thankful for that. And some of them have been able to relieve the general fund of some of their obligations, and switch those into other funds that they have. Processes they very well in our budget. That's pretty well all that I have on the financial. On the questions I'll try.
You keep saying we're in financial trouble. Right. On tonight's agenda, due to no fault of our own, we have a budget amendment for state's attorney's salary, public defender's salary, and a sheriff's salary.
Yes.
That's dictated by the state.
Right.
So we're forced to make those budget amendments.
That is correct.
Well, somebody gave our animal shelter head $28,000 raise. Where's that budget amendment and where's that money coming from if we're in caution?
That money is within the current.
No, it's set, I looked at the budget, his salary set at $71,000. So he got, and some on, so he got $28,000 raise. Where's the budget amendment for?
The current correction is maybe for 79.
Okay, so 21,000. Where's that money coming from?
It's within.
There's no budget amendment, for that.
No, it hasn't been budgeted. It's within category and transfer.
So there's a line item transfer. There was a line item transfer. Where is the budget amendment for that line item?
Will be in category transfer. Prior to coming in, it's coming out of that.
But there's no, we haven't voted on that. When do we plan on voting on that?
That is in category, so for what we are.
What's the point? What's the point in setting a budget if we don't follow it?
Just say, if I understand your philosophy.
You can understand our, it's a frustration. It's a frustration. We set a budget. And you and I we sat in budget meetings. And you even asked our state's attorney 3 times, you don't have no raise. And she had to say, I told you 3 times, but yet we can come up with the money for this.
This is a current budget, and the state's attorney was proposing 100,000 additional funds.
We were talking about salaries. And I made it a point to ask every department head that I spoke to, how much do you give a year? And you recall they said 3%, 3%, 3%. But here we give somebody over 20%. We might not be in much financial difficulty as you're saying we are. If we can give one department head 20-some thousand.
Well,
I'd like to see him, wait a minute.
Chair, he's the one that makes that salad, but you have to understand. We different thing, we different from. That is animal control line generated with it.
It's still taxpayer money.
And
It's not my money, it's not your money, it's nobody in this room's money, and we're just giving it away.
I've answered your question the best I can.
Any other question on my representatives? We'll go ahead and be,
I would move to, not read the ordinance and pass, so ordinance for the sheriff's department.
Steve,
Second.
okay, thank you.
This is, a situation where sheriff has traded in the old vehicles they play. Sheriff's had this program for several years. We get a good return on used vehicles by doing this. A lot more than used to, auction ball. So he's received the 88,000. But now we have to put it in the budget to pay for the new vehicles. So it's an in and out situation. And it will not affect general fund. Share anything on that.
Questions? Comments? Roll.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar. Yes. Tim McFadden,
Yes.
Big McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Edelman,
Yes.
Stark, Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Eckel,
Yes.
Golden, Green,
Yes.
Steve Miller,
Yes.
25 yes, 1 absent, vacancy is shown.
Motion carries, ordinance is adopted. Next item is the day.
It's not,
You have the.
it's not right.
As an amendment.
You went to ordinance. He was an intern, so he's an employee.
Sure.
They need his rights. He was bullshit. He is not the hardest working employee in the county.
Is there a second? This is Sarah, thank you.
Ain't right.
So for those of you who might be new, this is basically if you play the game with the state that take care of the lion's share of the expense. We want to cooperate more with the state of Illinois. It's in our best interest. They're driving the ship and we are along. Roll call, please.
Henderson,
Yes.
Poe,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar, Tim McFadden, Dick McFadden,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yeah.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Edelman,
Yes.
Stark, Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright, Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Boyd,
Total share salary. Stick.
Yes.
Eckel,
Yes.
Golden, Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Steve Miller,
Yes.
25 yes, 1 absent, on vacancy is shown.
Those I don't necessarily understand.
Item 16.
Good evening, this is our chairman and fellow board members. We have two wonderful ordinances for cost investments for your review courtesy of the state legislature. You can see that the first one is for the state's attorney's office and the second is for the public defender. I would love to group them together, but I don't think we can. Or would we not dispense, if we could, with the reading of the first one and take a vote? Then dispense with reading for second, take a vote.
We will take them one at a time.
That's what I thought, I'd say, so that I could.
Appreciate you. Then getting us out of here.
Yeah.
But we will. And on ceremony. So, I heard Mr. Jackson's motion to dispense with reading of the ordinance. Adoption, is there a second?
Mr. Henderson, thank you. Any discussion? Roll call.
Hope,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Lamar, Tim McFadden,
Yes.
Dick McFadden,
Yes.
Man,
Yes.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Littleton,
Yes. Yes.
Stark,
Yes.
Steinbach,
Yes.
Watson,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yes.
Gary Wright,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Boyd,
Yes.
Butler,
Yes.
Ethel,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Steve Miller,
Yes.
25 yes, 1 absent, 1 vacancy.
Motion carries, the ordinance is adopted. 16B, Mr. Jackson.
Yes. In the same venue for the public defender's office, with the adjustment, please. But after we dispense with reading of ordinance and go to vote.
And the vote is the second. Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call.
Jackson,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Lamar, Tim McFadden.
Yes.
Dick McFadden.
Yes.
Man,
Yeah.
Morgan,
Yes.
O'Kane,
Yes.
Roman, Stark,
Yes.
Dan Wright,
Yeah.
Gary Wright, Vaughn,
Yes.
Bodine,
Yes.
Boyd, Butler,
Yes.
Ethel,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Hawker,
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Hope,
Yes.
Steve Miller,
Yes.
25 yes, 1 absent, 1 vacancy.
Motion carries, the ordinance is adopted. And now aware of any matters requiring attendance. Law item 18A. I will be celebrating my 37th. Anniversary of my 39th birthday.
Oh, wait. I'll copy that one.
I've seen that all day. Okay, no other birthdays, we will have committee chairman's comments, Mr. Walker.
I will just be continuing with the budget process and so we'll be busy this month, probably some extra finance committee.
Just trying to get let me use your.
Well, I am sorry, because I am one that complains about that, aren't I? I would like to say that we are just going to continue the budget process and we will be having at least one extra finance committee meeting this month. Thank you.
We have had our parent committees being very busy and we are trying to move the budget along expeditiously and we will have 2 finance committee meetings next meeting too, so we don't have a 3-hour finance committee meeting. Mr. Henderson.
As indicated last month, the Health and Ed meeting date was going to be changed from the 21st. That date will be on Wednesday, August 20th.
I'll give you ever place celebration by that. Mr. Steinbach.
Yes, we will be meeting.
Ms. Hood.
I would assume we'll be meeting.
I have nothing, Mr. Chairman, thank
Mr. Agnew.
I'm assuming we'll have a meeting, yes.
Mr. Johnson.
Nothing, Mr. Chairman.
Hey, well, any other? Mr. LeMay.
Yes, I'd like to say thank you to the chairman. When you were running for this position, you promised that you would televise these meetings. You kept your promise, and for a person whose job takes them out of town quite often, it is so nice to be able to hear votes, do all that, but to be able to see who's speaking, especially the guest speakers. I can see who's the guest speakers are when you're watching on TV, and the picture is very clear. The sound is high quality. In fact, there's no humming. If you put it on your earbuds, there's no hum. So, but I would just like to say that when a person keeps their promise, it should be acknowledged.
With regard to the Mr. Walker and I hope that by October meeting it won't be a thing of the past. But I've learned that wheels around here are running slowly when we're in the elements. So
A little more appreciate on that, so, thank you. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, you said Mr. Wright here?
The old EMA building, what's?
Did you use your right with these chairs, so?
The old EMA building. It's not.
Well, that's a really good question. Those of you who drive by it every day probably wonder a lot more about that because of us who don't. You want to take a step up to the microphone, for she has been trying to advance this cause. Give your report.
So Mr. Phil Newell was who we hired to tear the building down, and he submitted paperwork for his inspection. And then he was missing one of the papers in order to go forward with the tear down. But now he has not submitted that paper. And as of today, we received another quote from someone else to come in and finish the job. Depending upon the actual amount of the cost, we'll have to probably do an RFP. So that we can bid it out for everyone to be able to bid to finish the job.
Mr. Jackson.
As you can see, I have additional data on small modular reactors. Certainly, it's fresh data, 31 July, Reuters News Service regarding the federal government's push to locate them. I would certainly encourage Mr. Miller and this board to come up with the Blue Ribbon Committee. I have plenty of names if you would like those, so that we could begin trying to get the three entities involved, the Department of Defense, the Department of Energy, and the Regulatory Commission, to consider Vermilion County for siting. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I would like to call your attention to this flyer that I passed around the room. This concerns the economic and recreational development of my district, our county, and East Central Illinois. I'm on the board of directors of a group of 501c3 called Trails of the Grand Prairie. Our goal is to connect a hiking and bicycling trail from Ellsworth Park to the fairgrounds, to Champaign-Urbana, to Clinton, Lake Clinton, to Allerton Park, to Bloomington, Illinois, to the Constitution Trail, and on up north, the Trans-America Trail. As a part of the local development of this, a subgroup called Friends of the Kickapoo Rail Trail has purchased the old firehouse in downtown Oakwood, next to the bank and the post office. And we're converting that to a coffee shop and a bunkhouse and a roadhouse and a community center where people can have local meetings. We're looking for someone to partner with this in this adventure, and that's what this film is all about. So if you have any basic questions for me right now, go ahead. Otherwise, call the number there at the bottom of the flyer. And I thank you.
Any other board members? Okay. We're ready for item 20. And
Thank you.
oh no, we're ready for item 19, the appointment for the Westville Belgium Sanitary District. And we have one application for that from Westville, Illinois. I'd like to have a motion to keep the appointment. Gary Wright, thank you. Second, please. Mr. Watson, thank you. And any comments, questions about the appointment?
I just want to make one comment that this appointment replacing Mr. Blue to serve more previously. He recently passed away, an outstanding member of our community. So we recognize him for the most all the service and
I'm joining those remarks with Mr. Lozaitis, and he was a very police.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Madam Clerk, if you record me as abstaining, please. We talk about my office. Okay, now we're ready for item 20, which is simply an announcement of various positions that are opening on various boards for appointment at a later date. And now, motion we've all been waiting for. Motion to adjourn. Thank you, Mr. Nolan. Second by Mrs. Butler. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. The hell with it, they're doing. Oh.
I think, right?
Yep.